Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. And today I want to talk about these four symbols and a bunch of other things related to the upcoming update. So that's what I want to cover today. So we're just going to talk about it one after another. They're sort of loosely related, surrounding the topic of next week's update. But the first thing I want to say is there's still a lot of people out there that I think are under the impression that these four symbols and whatever this is and what Danny Koo hinted at being giant and what was announced at New York Comic-Con actually relates to this update. And some people were saying, you know, well, the blue dragon is obviously Swordmaster and the green one is Rogue, the green turtle is Rogue, and the white tiger is Arrow, and then the red one is Scarlet Witch. No, I really don't think. I don't have any proof, but I really don't think that this is going to be involved in the update, because they are announcing something and they are putting this all on show, and it's very cool that they're doing this at the Thailand Game Show 2019 this year. But that is, as far as Danny Koo's tweets go, that is on the 25th of October, and that's after this update is supposed to land. Now, for those of you that don't know yet, myself and the other content creators who are part of the Star Agent program, and by the way, I should just say now that this video is made in conjunction with Netmarble Star Agent program. Thank you very much, Netmarble, for allowing me to be part of the program and allowing me to be part of the group of players that gets to experience the game before it comes out. But yeah, we're supposed to get the game before it comes out, so to speak. Not the game, but like the update. We're supposed to see the update, I believe, around the 18th or the 19th of this week of October, which means that the update would follow within a week, because we only have a short window of days to make content for the update before it's live for all of you guys, and then there's not really that much hype because you could just go in and play it yourselves, right? So that would put the update squarely on either the 21st of October or the 22nd of October. I say the 21st because the last update was actually one day early, so perhaps they're shifting the entire schedule forward one day and having it all land you know, early morning Tuesday, which is basically like Monday night really late, rather than Tuesday really late, which would actually technically be Wednesday in the early morning. So because of that, that puts the game's update landing several days before whatever this is comes out. So I don't think that they would be announcing that they're going to be at the Thailand Game Show, and I don't think they would be doing all of this hoopla and all of this advertising and marketing to show us what's already in the game. So yeah, my take on this is that this has to do with something coming in the future, 2020 type thing, but not this update. However, if you close this page, oh baby, you get to see something really cool, and this is, well, this is reworked Vision, looking like Scarlet Witch calls him Daddy. If I'm being honest, he looks like, well, he's a synthezoid, but whatever. He looks dope. Did I just say that? Anyways, he looks really cool. So we got this new update thing. I also wanted to show you guys something related to the sneak peek. So that's really cool. But yeah, I wanted to say we'll get into his look a little bit later. But he looks dope. He looks dope. Anyways, when you log into the game, well, when I log into the game, I'll show you guys what I mean as far as Vision. So he's obviously sporting some sort of new look. If we go and check out OG Vision, it's similar but not exactly the same as what he had here, but it's extremely similar. So I'm not sure if that means that they're going to just be doing a base rework. I mean, they usually, with these reworks, they usually do a base rework, and then in Hyperion's case, they introduced a new uniform which was cell shaded. I'm not sure if they're going to be introducing a cell shaded uniform for Vision, or if they're just going to be introducing sort of an updated uniform that looks like this one but shinier and better, kind of to coincide with all of the other Uncanny Avengers uniforms that we're going to be getting, presumably for Rogue, Scarlet Witch, etc. Because if you look at the sneak peek, and I'll pull the sneak peek up now here on Photoshop, Vision is the most illuminated of the three background characters, Quicksilver, Vision, and Sabretooth. He is by far the most illuminated, and he is in the most detail. Now, of course, Quicksilver is being hidden. His body is hidden by Rogue and his sister's hair. But Sabretooth is suspiciously dark, and what I mean by dark is even when you play with the levels here and you bring the even when you play with the levels here and you bring the levels up and you make the picture much brighter, you can see Vision has an extraordinary amount of detail here. So this almost looks like they dragged in the new character model, which is not unlike the one that you're looking at in the game right now. It's similar to this one, but it's not exactly the same. Things are a little bit tighter. Things are a bit more high res. his sort of back collar thing doesn't look so flat, and so like it's extremely flat and it's extremely almost two-dimensional. Especially when you look at it from the front, the flap on his back looks extremely two-dimensional. But when you look at it in the sneak peek, it's got a lot more volume to it. It goes up, you know, past his ears. I mean, his eyes don't look so sunken as they do here. You can see it almost looks like he's permanently looking down. It's like, why are you so sad, Vision? What's going on? Now he's looking at me. But before he was like, oh, I'm a sad little android. I'm a little robot. So yeah. So they've obviously done some sort of update to his uniform, to his base look. Now, whether that's going to be the uniform or whether this is going to be sort of the updated graphics for his default look, and then they're going to give him another uniform on top of that, we have yet to see. Also, this is kind of why I'm a little bit skeptical of Sabretooth getting a uniform, because there's nothing there. Like his armband, that's it. His belt, it's very, very difficult to see. It's extremely dark for Sabretooth, and so I'm not really sure if you look at that and compare that to his base look. Yeah, it definitely looks different if you compare it to his base look, and I'll flash back right now. He's not wearing a belt in this one, so that's a big one, and he also doesn't have this armband thing going on. He's got the sort of design, but it's more of a cut shape. Whereas with this one, the band looks a lot more like a single color going across, and of course the belt is a dead giveaway. So yeah, he's probably getting a uniform as well. But unlike Quicksilver, you can see with the hair, but Vision, man, he's clearly another level of detail compared to the other two. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. I wanted to show that to you guys, and I wanted to also speculate and ask you guys the question: would you prefer it if they reworked Vision and they reworked this uniform? And then they left it as is, the two reworks, and then you just choose what you do? Or would you like to see another updated uniform? Now keep in mind, with the rework, they could rework his uniform and his uniform effect, because I mean, it's not that bad. All resistance by 15%, debuff duration by 15%. It's not the worst uniform buff in the world, but they could rework the uniform, they could rework the skill changes. Or would you rather see a brand new uniform in addition to the base model reworks that would still apply to the uniform? Because as you can see, the uniform actually doesn't change any of his skills. So any changes they make to this Vision would be here. Additionally, do you guys want Vision to have, if he gets a new uniform that makes him even better, do you want him to go back to being Blast, or do you want him to be Universal? I would much prefer him to be Universal, personally, but let me know what you guys think. Next up, we have the token event, and for those of you that aren't familiar, it's the event quest down here at the bottom in green, and you complete these events, you complete these in-game tasks. It's really simple, and you get these tokens. Now, invariably, people will ask, so I just want to say it now, it blows my mind, but the tokens that you collect now are not to be spent now. You collect the tokens now, you have 7 days times 80 tokens, so you have 560 tokens. So your aim at the end of the week should be 560 tokens. And then, when that week is over and the update goes live, you will be able to spend the tokens that you saved. So looking for the event shop now is impossible, because it's not there. The event shop only goes live when the update goes live. As far as what we can expect from the event shop, I obviously, well, I mean, not obviously, but I would expect, because Quicksilver doesn't have biometrics, Sabretooth, they're never going to give away his biometrics for free. Same thing with Scarlet Witch. It's possible that one of the two new characters, Arrow or Swordmaster, could be available, but most likely, knowing Netmarble, we're going to see Vision biometrics and Rogue biometrics available. Now, both of those characters are extremely easy to farm, so if you don't have them ready to go, you can at least start stockpiling their biometrics in case they become very, very good. In Rogue's case, you obviously go to the Epic Quest and you go over here and you can slam out like 12 to 15 bios per day. It's awesome. You get tons and tons of bios. You can probably farm up at least 100 in the next week, even if you start right now. And then for Vision, he has multiple story missions. Now, these are not as good, they're not as fruitful, because they don't give as many good items. They really just give you Norn Stones and Gear Up Kits, but there's multiple. So you can farm 30 per day, which means that you can get, you know, closer to 200 biometrics for Vision, even if you're at 0 and you started right now. And then additionally, you can use biometric selectors for Vision, but you can't use biometric selectors for Rogue. So if I were to value the two of them, Rogue versus Vision, I would say Rogue bios are actually more valuable. There's fewer of them per day, in addition to the fact that she's a rare character. slightly rarer than Vision because you can't cash in those biometric selectors, those Shadowland biometric selectors for her bios, but you can get her from the Danger Room, and you can get her in large quantities from the Danger Room. So it's actually, you know, it's something that you can also take into consideration, because let's say you pull a gold box, you could be pulling 50 biometrics of her. If you pull a platinum box, you could pull 100, so on and so forth. So with that being said, I now wanted to give you one last or two last piece of advice here. The second last one, I just checked my notes here because there's just so many things that are just kind of not really related, but kind of are. We have coming up very soon a double donation event. It's not live now, but it will be live tomorrow, so make sure that you save up all of your mementos. I have 1,010 there. Only donate your mementos when the double donation is on, so that you can get, instead of the regular 20, you will get your 40 Alliance tokens for that. And make sure you, of course, you donate to your Alliance. You take advantage of the new Alliance store when it's on for a limited time, etc., etc. It's all good. And then the final thing is just for those that are weak-willed and don't have a lot of crystals and can't spend a lot of money, keep this in mind. And I'll say this again, you know, when we start looking at the uniforms and stuff, but keep this in mind. Any of the new uniforms that come out, they're going to be so cool, they're going to look amazing. But you will be able to save an additional 10% by switching to Geico if you just wait for about 5 weeks. If you wait until the end of November, you will see the Black Friday sales, and all of the uniforms that are coming up soon, Sabertooths, Quicksilvers, Visions, Rogues, Scarlet Witches, etc., they will all be on sale. So for those of you that have very limited cash to spend on this game and very limited crystals, and you really want one of these uniforms, hang in there. Start building up your willpower now, because you're gonna need it. Because guaranteed, chances are, not guaranteed, but chances are at least one of these new uniforms is gonna be absolutely slamming, like super dope. And so I just wanted to send that little bit of patience out there to those of you that need it. I respect the grind and the hustle of the free-to-plays and the low crystal spending players. So I understand that the draw and sort of the call, spend your crystals, spend your crystals. It's tough to ignore sometimes. So yeah, hang in there if you don't have a lot of crystals. Black Friday is just around the corner. For everybody else, it's time. It's time. We're gonna get bled dry. I got 2,700 and I'm not even close to having enough. Yeah, sometimes I wish I could exchange some of my gold for crystals, because Papa's gonna need more. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Hit the like button. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to subscribe also. And with that being said, I hope to see you again soon. Take care.